What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're back with another e-bike, and this one might be the cream of the crop. May I present to you the Engwe X26. Yes, it is a really mean looking bike. This thing was crowdfunded and it brought in $1 million. $1 million was crowdfunded to build this bike on Indiegogo. This bike has been featured in Bike Exchange, the Associated Press, Auto Blog, Market Watch, Fox 8. This thing has been everywhere. So if you haven't seen it, well, it's my pleasure to bring this bike to you. Now, it is fully spec'd out. This is a really nice bike. I'm going to run through some of the specifications for you real quick, and the first one is probably the one that impressed me the most. And you're looking at it. This is the battery. This is the main battery. It's right here in this post that houses the seat. This is your primary battery with a power button right here to turn on the bike. And you'll see you've got a plug in the back that's hooked to all of the electronics on the bike. That battery is a 19 amp hour 48 volt battery. But that's not all. It has a second battery. Where's the second battery? Well, it has a 10 amp hour battery sitting right here in the frame where you can't see it. And if you'll notice, you can open this and you've got a plug right there. Well, guess what? If you run down your 19 amp hour battery right here, you simply unplug this and you move the plug. I'm not going to do it because I have to raise the seat up, but you twist the lock, pull out the plug, and you just run it over here, plug it in, twist and lock, and then you have another battery that'll give you an additional 10 amp hours of juice. So as far as batteries go, guys, that is 1,400 watt hours of battery. That is absolutely insane. The bike, because of those batteries, weighs quite a bit. This bike weighs 88 pounds. In the back we have your hub motor. This motor is 1,000 watt sustained with a peak of about 1,200. And over here you have your Shimano Altus. This is an 8-speed. You have your derailleur guard there, and here is your gear selector right here. You've got hydraulic brakes by Logan on the front and the back. Take a look at these brakes and these rotors. Now, this is a 26-inch bike, and it's got the 4-inch fat tires. It has cruise control, has a maximum payload capacity of 330 pounds. It's got approximately a 62-mile range once it's charged up. They recommend the rider height be 5'5" to 6'8". Max speed is supposed to be around 31 miles an hour. We're going to have to try that out for ourselves. The thing that really impresses, there's so much about this bike that impresses me, primarily the two batteries. Having an additional battery should you run this one down, and having extended range on a heavy bike like this, it's crazy. This bike looks kind of like a motorcycle. I didn't even mention the magnesium wheels. These are not spokes, these are one-piece magnesium wheels. But moving over from that, look at these shocks. You have one on each side. All right, so you've got dual coilover shocks on the back, and yes, the load is adjustable on them. But that's not all. You come over to the center here and you've got another shock absorber right there. But that's not all. You come over to the front, and of course you've got the shock absorbers on your forks as well. Of course, you can adjust the handlebars. The screen is absolutely beautiful. Let me make sure I turned this on. We will hold the power button. Very intuitive, very easy to use. It's got an ambient light sensor. All right, it could turn the headlights on automatically. You don't even have to do anything. It says, hey, it's dark, and it turns your lights on for you. Of course, it's got your brake lights. What's great is as soon as you power the battery on, you've got a bright LED strip light right here. And then if you turn your headlights on manually, you just push the headlight button, and we should have headlights. No, did I not turn them on? Maybe I pushed the wrong button. Oh, you know why? My ambient sensor is on. And it's not, it knows that it's too bright. Okay, well, it's too bright out here for the ambient sensor. But anyway, if I push the brakes, look at that. Just a nice little LED with a reflector in it, and it comes on when you hit the brakes. This bike is loaded. It's got a little horn. I should say it's better than a little horn. You've got your push throttle right here. You've got 5 levels of pedal assist, up and down right here, get you into your pedal assist. Then you've got different modes. You got sport mode. If you hold this I button dead in the center, this is assist mode. You hold it again, it's normal mode. What do all those do? I have no idea. I have no idea because I like it in sport mode. Now, if you want to go into the menu settings, hold the plus and minus at the same time, simultaneously. And you've got a beautiful color screen. I mean, beautiful color screen. This looks really nice where you can set everything up. Now, I've already unlocked this bike to its maximum potential, which is supposed to be around 31 miles an hour, which makes it a class 3. But how fast will it really go? We're gonna try that out right now. But before we do, I almost forgot that it has the foldable aspect to it, and people are gonna wonder about this, right? It is a foldable bike, although it's not easy to fold. It's very heavy and awkward. Well, right there is your battery, all right? That's why it folds. You cannot charge this battery with it in the frame, which is a shame. You have to have your key, you have to unlock it, fold it, then you have to have your key, which goes down here, which, if I can get you down here, there's a rod that comes out. So when you turn the key, it pulls the rod back into the frame, and then you have to fight this battery. This battery's a bear to get out, but you get the battery out, then you can charge it up, and then you can put it back in. And putting it back together is, well, it's not the easiest. Let me just say that, especially one-handed. There we go. We got it. No? Yes, make sure that is locked. Okay, now we've got it. I totally forgot about that battery right there, and it's very important to know how to get that battery out. The seat is fully adjustable. You have a key that unlocks the seat, and I left the keys at the house. I did not bring them with me. But the key, you turn it, you unlock the seat, and this pulls out. Then you can adjust your seat up and down. And the reason they lock it is because you don't want somebody coming by and stealing your battery. Could you imagine coming back and your whole battery is gone? Yeah, it would kind of suck. Okay, now we can get on it and take it for a rip. All right, so I'm gonna climb on this thing, and that is probably the hardest thing to do on this bike for me. I am 5'11". I am 230 pounds approximately. And it is not easy to climb on this bike. It sits kind of high off the ground for me. So when I'm sitting normal like this, I'm actually on my toes. It's a little high. Pedal Assist 5 in sport mode will only allow you to use the throttle if you want electric power. All right, so I'm using the throttle, and we're moving. Now I'm off of the throttle, and if I pedal, I can pedal the bike manually, but I get no assist from the motor in sport mode. If we move into assist mode, there we go. Now I get response from the pedals, but I get no response from the throttle. So in assist mode, you actually have to pedal to get going. So what is normal mode? I have no idea. I'm in normal mode, I push the throttle, and it goes. Now let's see what happens when I pedal. Oh, this thing handles these rocks, oh, like it's nothing. Okay, so it looks like in normal mode you get throttle and pedals. Let me slow it down some, and let's pedal again. I definitely feel like I'm getting some response from the electric motor there. I can change my screen as well to show the power output of the motor, and I'm going to do that right now. Power output. Actually, no. In assist mode, when I'm pedaling, wow, it really pedals that good with no motor? That's very smooth. Okay. Well, it looks like in normal mode, the output of the motor is pretty low. Oh, wow, yes. Yes, definitely put it in sport mode. That's where you want it to be. Sport mode, pedal assist 5. We're cruising a good 15, 16 miles an hour. Hydraulic brakes feel absolutely great. They feel wonderful. Let's kick it up. All the way up into 8th gear. There we go. Oh, she's moving. Now I've got the tires aired down. I've only got them at about 14 PSI, and you can air them up to I think 30. But if you're going to be on some rough terrain like this, you don't want to be riding around with 30 PSI in your tires. Keep them down low, somewhere between, I would say, 10 and 15 for some really bad terrain like this. And you know we're going to have to take this bike off-road. It just rained. We had some nasty storms. This bike handles really, really well. Like, this is nice. I think this bike is my new favorite. This thing is amazing. The shock absorbers make it feel like you're not even riding on rocks. I'm doing 20 miles an hour on this rocky, gravelly road, and my voice is barely even shaking because of how well the shocks are doing. Oh, this is nice. Let's take this off-road. This is where it gets really, really rough. Oh yeah. No kidding. This is some pretty rough terrain, guys. So even though my voice is shaking now, this is really good. Oh yeah, that was a big bump. That was a really big bump. There's a little bit of water, a little bit of mud, and here's a big one. Oh yeah, not an issue. Are you serious? Wow. Sorry guys, the camera got flipped up there, man, from all the all the bumps. And off we go, back to 20 miles an hour. I'm not even full throttle on it. We're going 20. It handled that very, very well. All right, let's go around this corner here. Check for traffic, make sure nobody's coming. This is usually a pretty dead area out here. Oh yeah. The response from the throttle is just amazing. Going 22 miles an hour now. Let's slow that down. Good night. This bike just wants to go. What a nice ride. What a solid and sturdy bike. And so far my rear end does not hurt at all. This is a very comfortable seat. Why don't we take it out on the street and see what we can top it out at? How's that working out for you guys? All right, you're gonna look at my ugly mug for a while. Oh wow, she moves. It is 96 degrees with a heat index of 116 today. Wow, we're at 30, 31, almost 32. Wow. Okay. Yep. It's my new favorite, 31. We're holding pretty good at 31, 32, 33. Are you serious? And we're going down a hill, so we're about to pick up some speed. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. We're at 37 miles an hour. 35. Okay, now here's the real test. We're gonna come up this big hill, and I usually get drugged down to about 16 miles an hour. 29, 28, 27, 26, 26, and now we're going back downhill again. Oh my goodness. This bike is really something. I normally sell these when I'm done with them, but I think I might want to hold on to this one for a little while, guys. I really like this bike. This is definitely the top dog of the bikes I've reviewed so far. I love this bike. All right, let's go around this corner. I like to come off the road here, take her through some of this. The suspension on this thing is phenomenal. I'm doing almost 20 miles an hour off-road, and it wasn't bad at all. Here's a big bump. The only complaint that I currently have is the battery rattles around in the frame. Not your seat battery, the auxiliary battery, the 10 amp hour battery. When you hit bumps, I can hear it rattling around in the frame of the bike. Yeah, that I'm not a big fan of. Boy, we're doing 23 miles an hour like it's nothing. Let's go around this corner here. Handled that gravel really well too. Going up a hill, and in all fairness, I'm only using the throttle. I'm a little lazy today because of how hot it is. I'm not doing pedal assist, although I guess I could put it in pedal assist mode and we could do a little pedaling and help the bike out so we don't totally trash the battery on our first ride. Bump, that's a good bump to man. The suspension on this thing is out of this world. I'm not even kidding. It absorbs so much of these bumps. It really makes the ride a lot more comfortable. It makes you feel a lot more confident in your ability to ride this bike. And it is a big bike. It's big, it's heavy. I would not want to ride it without the battery or the electric motor, that's for sure. Oh, there's a big bump. Yep, like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. Let's go around this corner. Handles curves really nice. I keep having to adjust, you guys. My camera mount there is it's not the best. It works, but it's not the best. So if I'm doing pedal assist, which I'm doing right now, I can hold 20 miles an hour, and I'm pedaling normally in 8th gear on pedal assist 5. So this is really nice. Really nice, steady pace. I'm not pushing myself. 20 miles an hour. Super, super easy. This is great. This is great. All right. Let's put it back in sport mode. I'm tired of pedaling already. It's not the bike, it's just so hot today, guys. It is absolutely insane out here. Let's get back on the road. We'll let the bike do some of the work now. There we go. Oh, that motor does not mess around. We're running at 1260 watts right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, we are cruising, man. I love this bike. I love this bike. We're doing 30 miles an hour. 31, 32. Yeah, you want to get places? This is the bike you want right here. This bike's gonna get you where you're going. Now, I don't know how much of this battery we're gonna run out because I'm not using pedal assist. I'm just running it mostly on throttle. Here's a big bump here. Nice. Very, very nice. And that breeze is feeling super nice as well. All right, here's another test. We're coming up a pretty steep hill here. Aside from that battery rattling around, we're down to 27, 26, 25, big bumps, 24. It's holding 24 and we're still going up a hill. 24.9, another bump. It's holding 24.9, 23. This is a really big hill. 22. Yeah, this is really taxing this thing. It's running 1250 watts, but we're holding 21.7 miles an hour. it held me and this bike. This bike is heavy, so am I, and that motor was able to run us up this giant hill at 21, 22 miles an hour. I don't know about you, but that is impressive. I love this thing. I do. I absolutely love this bike. Now my goal is always to put about 10 miles on them. I feel like 10 miles gives me a good idea of what the bike really is, what it's about, how it really feels if you're going to go out and run these things on the trails and stuff. So I try to put 10 miles on them for you guys to give you a better review than most people are going to be able to give you. And I'm telling you, I can already tell this bike is awesome. This bike is great, man. Smooth. I'm gonna put it back on pedal assist, and I'm gonna do a little pedaling. Let's just do a little pedaling. We'll save some of that battery, and I'm curious to see when we're done where that battery's sitting, considering we've already done over half the trip using mostly the throttle. What I really like about this bike, feels different from all of the other ones I've ridden, is the pedals. Like, the bike doesn't just do all the work for you. You really need to be pedaling. Unless, of course, you're on throttle only in sport mode, that's different. But if you've got it on assist and you're trying to ride, it wants you to ride. It wants you to put in that effort. And the more effort you put in, the faster you go. I'm cruising 25 miles an hour right now. It's not that bad. This is nice. This is a good workout. 26 miles an hour. Not a big deal, man. Woo! I could do this. I like this. And hey, if you get tired, it's no big deal. Hold that button, put her in sport mode, just hit the throttle and relax. Let the bike do it for you. I'm doing 20 miles an hour and I feel confident letting go of the steering. This is a comfortable, confident bike. Wow. I don't think I would have done that with any other bike. Let's see. On gravel and pedaling. Whoa, that electric motor kicked in. She took off. Woo! Yes. This is a bike I can see myself holding on to, and these are some bad roads too. These are some real bad roads right here. The gravel's loose, it's muddy, it's wet. All right, let me ride around a few more miles and we'll come back with some final thoughts. Whoo, boy, I'm gonna tell you right now, that was a workout. It was definitely a workout and I had a good time. So I did about 50-50, about half of the trip, I'd say about 5 miles of it, I cheated and just kind of used the throttle, let the bike do it for me in sport mode. The other half of the trip I put in pedal assist, and the last several miles I rode around using my legs to help pedal, and the motor assisted me in getting things done. So what's the verdict? What's the battery like? Well, let's take a look. All right, let's see what she did. We are at so close, 9 miles. Okay, I'm gonna call it 10. I'm telling you, we are probably from here to the end of that road to hit 10 miles. I'm definitely over 9, closer to 10. Hopefully you can see this. It is very bright today, but we have 82% remaining. 82% remaining. And I really rode this bike hard, and on the paved roads, these tires are way underinflated. I've got these things at 14 PSI so that I don't fall over riding on this. But if you were to air those up to their maximum capacity of about 30 PSI, well, I would say you would see a very, very significant increase in range on this. But do you really need it? Do you really need it? 18% battery for 10 miles. That is not bad at all, guys. This is phenomenal. So as it sits, it looks like on the primary battery, the 19 amp hour battery under your seat, you could probably go around 50 miles just on this battery. But then remember, you've got an auxiliary battery that's another 10 amp hour battery here. It's basically a little more than half of this. So if I can get 50 miles on this battery, then I should be able to get at least another 20 to 25 out of this. Guys, are you kidding me? Over 70 miles on a big bike like this? And I'm not a light guy, 5'11", 230 pounds. Yeah, I am absolutely blown away. That also means that if you wanted a bike that you could really cheat on, you just want to put it in sport mode and hit the hammer, well, you could do that with this one and still get plenty of range because of the 2 batteries. I'm kind of in shock over this bike. It really has impressed me. It is the best bike that I have reviewed so far. Not to say that there's anything wrong with the other bikes. All the other bikes, I love the other bikes. I've had a great time on all of them, but for right now, in this moment, the Inway X26 takes the cake. It is so comfortable, so solid, sturdy. The brakes are phenomenal. The seat is really comfortable. I love this bike. I really do. Like I said, normally I get these things down the road when I'm done with them. I'm not gonna sell this one. At least not right now. I love this bike. I got to get Nick to come out and try it out. I think he's gonna love it too. And I promise you, if you give this bike a shot, you will love this bike as much as I do. So here's the bike on the Inway website. And $18.99. It's normally $19.99. It's a $2,000 bike. Well worth it. Worth every penny. $18.99 is their current asking price online, but you can get an extra $100 off using a code ENGWESS100. But I'm going to contact them before this video comes out to you guys, and I'm going to ask them if they might have a special discount code for you in case you're interested, that might be able to get it for you just a little bit cheaper. I highly recommend you check out the Engwe X26. I'll have a link down below this video. Not to worry, if this bike is too big for you, you feel like it's just too much bike for you, don't sweat it. They have other bikes on their website as well. Just click that link and then you can go check out all the other bikes they have to offer. They have bikes that are not as expensive as this one, but I'm going to tell you one more time, this bike is absolutely worth every penny. But if it's too much bike or too much money, feel free to check out their other selections. I guarantee you're going to find something on their site that's going to meet your needs. With that, thank you to Inway for sending us the X26. I hope we can get together again. Sorry guys, it is so hot out here. Work together again in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, drop your comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Oh, you thought the video was over? No, it's almost over, but there's one thing I forgot, and I was reminded of it when I turned the bike back on and was ready to hit the road. I turned the bike on and I hit the throttle and it didn't do anything, and I was like, what is going on? Well, my fault. Whenever you start the bike for the first time, every single time you turn the bike on after it's been shut off, it starts out in pedal assist 0, which means you get no help from the motor at all. So be sure if you fire the bike up and you can't get it to go, make sure you use that plus button to bring yourself into pedal assist, whatever number you want. I prefer pedal assist 5, but use the pedal assist, get yourself up there, and then hit the throttle, and I promise you, she'll take off like a rocket. Now, I'm out of here.